Hello and welcome back. So, I actually managed to get a pretty interesting bug. Well, more irritating one. So, if you go in here, now you can see it tells us that it doesn't have the reference. However, it still works perfectly fine. So, that's because it is under the editor folder. However, you can actually undo that by dragging it out and in again, which is kind of weird. So, we're just gonna make a folder called AAAA. Take all of our folders here, bring this inside there, drag it out here, then let it recompile. Then let's just open up, and it should now work, as you can see. Then we close down our window, then take all the files again, and move them into editor again. Wait for it to recompile, and delete. And we can simply open up our notes again. And we are waiting in excitement. And as you can now see, it can now be found. I have talked with some of my friends about that, and it's apparently that we just need to re-import it. I don't know why it does it, but that actually leaves us with our next thing, is that we have something called name in here, and it's telling us that it's a bad idea to have something called name, because you can literally go .name on anything. So instead, let's rename it to name text, because that is literally what it is. Should just not to confuse anyone, we're gonna go name text here as well. And then save that. And we also have another error that was in our save file here, that we need to go in and move that Y and save. Alright, so let's go back. Wait for it to load. And we can now drag this one up here. And we should now be able to go in and click save. And yeah, let's just open up load. Where do we have load? Where's the load file? It's here, right. So we're gonna in on load, delete everything, and save. Then it should have recompiled. And as you can see, save has now been moved. Wonderful. So we're gonna try to delete this. Oh, and it will not allow to delete that. Well, let's just leave those two folders there for now. That should be fine. So let's go into load and actually do our load function. And I'm just gonna quickly look for my notes. Alright, okay. So we will have to make the path. So no, actually let's just copy paste. We can just copy paste this here. Copy paste that in. Here we go. And just change this part to load. And that should actually do it. And then we're just gonna go public void load. And then we need a private void called load into a node. And then we need a private void load into pod. Yeah, can be a little confusing, so let's call it node pod. And then we are actually going to copy paste from the internet. So let's open this one up and go over here. And as you can see, this beautiful, beautiful man, Furun Kan Kun. I'm sorry, I butchered your name. He's for Japan. And if you have a GitHub account, please go in and give him a lovely star, because he has made the wonderful Unity CSV reader. I tried casting myself in making it, but I had no idea where to start, and then I just fell upon this thing that just worked. So we are just gonna copy paste it. Pretty much. Copy paste. And no time to waste. And we just need to add the reference here. Adding reference. And adding reference. And all we need to do is simply go made by where's his name? We're up to do made by this beautiful bastard. And thank you. Yeah, let's just go thanks. There we go. Save. So we have given him the credit he deserves because he's a beautiful man. And let's go through the code he's made. So he made this fine enum that tells you if you are in or out of the CSV file. So we literally just take in the entire string, and then you will just go through it literally one char at a time. And one char is like one. I actually don't know the English word for that. Each word, or go through each word at a time. And let's just go through all of it. And I don't want to go through the code, so let's just, it works. So let's just keep it there. All right. So now we just need to load it in. So we're gonna go list dot list of strings, because that is what it will return. And I'm just gonna follow my notes that says resolve equals path file file, and then we need to add the reference dot read all, and then we're gonna go $, and we make scopes call application dot data path, where we go slash that's name. Can we no? It's called CSV directory slash CSV file name. There we go. Beautiful. And that should return the entire thing out, so we can actually start cutting out the bits that we want. So we know that the first line is of our headers. We can just go headers equals resolve 0. So our headers, they are, if we go out here, they are the ones up here. They are all the headers. So we are returning this line to us. So we know which language and which header we are on. Then we need the list of all the dialog containers. And that is of course equal our helper function. So helper dot final object of this type, and that is just let me just call dialog container.os, and then we should get all of them here. For that we will go through each of them. Remove the yes. There we go. And then we need to go through each of the dialog containers, dialog nodes. And we're gonna go dialog node data, and we're just gonna call it node data. And each node data, we will also have to go through each of those dialog ports. So dialog ports. That is dialog port. We're just gonna call it node port. There we go. Alright, so this one here needs to take in the resolve. So we can just copy paste this one here. Paste. And of course it needs the dialog, the no port. So we can just go here. Copy paste that in. Oh, it also needs the header. Let's add that here instead. This. Beautiful. Alright. We forgot the underscore thingy. But I decided that I needed to make this with. Actually, did we forget to do that in our save, didn't we? Yeah, so let's quickly do that. So again, I went to save, and under strings, I made the small underscore. Gonna go back to load. And we just can copy paste this entire thing. Mark it in there, and just copy this part here. And actually throw it in here, and make undercut. And we're just gonna load it in. Yeah, so we're gonna go resolve, then header, then no data. And we're gonna load this one in. Resolve, header, no data. Oh, no, yeah, no power. That is exactly what I wanted to do. Alright, let's make those down here. First we need to go through each of the resolve. We're gonna add a resolve in, and that is going to return, oh, no, that was one too many. A list of strings, and those are line, so we're just gonna call it line. So now we're going to ask if the line, the first one in the line is equals to node data dot node gun. So what we are asking now is it equals this one here? So it's going through all of the dialog containers and asking, are you the one? So it's literally going, are you the one? Are you the one? Are you the one? Oh, this is the one, and then it will add in. Then we can get in and actually fill out the data. Hope that makes sense. If we find the right ID, we then have to go through each of the lines. So we are just going through. Now we're gonna use count here. All right, and we are then going through each of the lines. So lines row, meaning oh no, meaning we are going this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Oh, let me just click my notes. So we then also have to go through each of the languages to check if it is the correct language we're trying to add in. So we're gonna go language type. Remember, we need to make it into an array. Then we're gonna add the enum dot get values till it is a type of language type. Oh, forget to say type of, and then language type, and language type, and language type. There we go. All right, so now we're gonna say if underscore header 1 is equals to language type, and we need to go dot string. All right, so why are we doing exactly this? Well, we are asking the language up here if it equals the header, meaning we are going into here and saying we only want to go inside English when it is English. So we're gonna go and check if the header matches the language we're currently looking for. And if it is that, well, then we of course want to add this one. So we're gonna go not dot find. Oh no, text. Oh no, text type. Come on. Step dot find. I'm just gonna use X this time because I'm lazy. X dot language type equals language type. Oh, language type dot language generic equals line dot I. So we are literally asking here. When we get to this line here, we're literally asking if are you English? If it is English, well then we said add color NPC. If we are like if we are here, if you want to add the Danish one, it's gonna go English. We say nope. It's gonna say German. Nope. It's gonna say Danish, and we say yep, we are Danish. This is Danish. Add the Danish language. That is pretty much what we're doing with this beautiful system. And we can just copy paste it down here, luckily. And we just need to go put it up, and change this to my, oh, nope, not my port. Port gun, and text language is yeah, we should probably rename those to be language type, language, or I think I prefer this one actually, so let's just do that. Remember, right click, rename, and text language, and it should have changed that on all of the scripts everywhere. And I think this should work now if we set it up correctly. Oh, we forgot to tell the editor that it should save. So we're gonna go editor and go Unity and add the reference. Dot set dirty. Oh, that sounds dirty. Arr. That was weird to say. And then we're gonna go asset database dot save assets. Save this one. And let's go back to, oh, we actually need to add it to our custom tools. So let's just copy this one up here and copy paste and go public static void and call it load from CSV. And we're just gonna add this up here and let's just name it load from CSV. Then we're gonna go and say load CSV equals new CSV and load CSV dot load. And let's also just make the bing sound and call it yeah, loading CSV file successful. All right, and let's actually go in and try it. Let's just make sure that this one has all the different languages. Well, that's not good if that doesn't have any languages. Is this completely empty? It is. Interesting. Well, let's try and load it into it then. Nothing could go wrong here, right? And we get arrow. Wonderful. So where is this beautiful arrow? Oh, did we forget to name it correctly? No, it should be named correctly. Alright, so let's just make sure that it is this beautiful line that is the problem. Just gonna go path equals this monstrosity. Oh, that's not actually the path, that's the text. Here we go, text. Alright, so let me see. So we're gonna go slash here and then slash. I think that should be it. Alright, let's try and load it one more time. Alright. Right. Load from. And where does it say? So it is this one here. What if we remove this one, and instead had the slashes in here? I don't know if that's actually gonna work, but it's worth trying, I guess. We have to see it .csv. Wait a moment. Did I do the big whoopsie doopsie? Yeah. We need to do that because we saved it wrong. Oh, that's so stupid. So I guess all the things we just did there, let's just here we go. Let's save that. And I think that should do it. Simply because that when we did the whoopsie doopsie with the saving, we also did the whoopsie doopsie with the loading. At least I like to believe. There's still something wrong. Well, at least it is other things now, so that's something. So it's trying to load in text that. Wait, what? So let's see. A reference not set to instant of object. Is that because we need to go in and update? And then go load. Alright, let's see if that worked. So we have the English, and the German, and the Danish, and the Spanish, and the Italian, and the Latin, because who don't want to do Latin? I don't know. Alright, so apparently I fucked this file up somehow. So simply by going to custom tools and updating the languages, I unfucked it. And now it should, it seems to work. So let's actually try it out. So we can go into our language controller and let's say French, because who don't love French? Yeah, that's my best. Retond. This the will continue apparently. No. Fine. Yeah, fine. Let's try Danish. Who are you? Oh, that's a beautiful translation here, Google. Alright, so that seems to work now. Wonderful. So now we can load in and load out our files. Meaning you can now outsource your translation to other people pretty easy by simply sharing the link and asking people who know other languages to, translate it for you. That should be it for our translate. I will then return to try to add comments to everything, like I was supposed to do the first time. So, see you, and thank you for watching.